Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Spartan.
And I'm Pudgey.
And we are back watching Death Note episode 8. So last episode wrapped up another 2-episode mini arc. They were centered around Naomi, I think it's pronounced, who was Ray Penber's partner, girlfriend.
Fiance.
She was a great detective, and yet again, we have just seen Light's ruthlessness.
She's just had one weakness, which was obviously Elle.
Yeah, Elle and her desperation to be a part of this case. Her weakness was being an FBI agent. As soon as she gave that lead to Light, he played on it. He knew where her ego would take her.
Oh, God. That is so bad. So even, like, their motivations, he's just manipulating. It's just, oh.
And it was honestly, the show's pretty dark. Like at the end there, where she was walking pretty much into a rope, just there, symbolizing the kind of death she's gonna have.
Oh my God.
It's pretty bleak. She was a very sweet girl. She was quite sharp, perceptive, and
through no fault of her own, really. I mean, look, she should have been a little bit more cautious, especially her having the title of such a great detective. She should have been a bit more cautious that Light or Kira is out there. You shouldn't have given your name. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, she was cautious at the start, giving
the whole
a fake
time
name.
for 2 episodes. She had good discussion. He got her right at the end, man. He's such a little... Oh,
he
dude.
is.
Life's tricky, and he's getting darker as he goes on. The looks he's giving now, and the satisfaction, and the way he taunts them. Like, he taunted Ray Penber by standing outside the train so he couldn't see I was the one. And with her, we wanted to go because I'm Kira with this evil smirk right before.
He wants them to know. He wants them to know. It's
how he sees himself as on the side of good right now is crazy.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. He's that sick and I get it. But it's still crazy.
And I wanted to clarify, because when I was looking through the revisions of our footage, I'm not sure if we got a bit tangled up, because the main thing that Naomi wanted to present to Elle, her big findings were that Kira can control the events of somebody leading up to their death.
Yeah.
That was her big find. And I can't remember if we commented or not, but I think at some stage we thought, oh, like, damn, Elle needed to know that. But looking back on the footage, Elle already knows that. He said it when they first met him. So we might not have. I just wanted to clear up in case we had already been a bit confused, that Elle does know that. So
I know that Elle knows that. Yeah, maybe at the time we said...
I felt like one of the discussions we might not have if we didn't dismiss it, but Elle does know that Kira can control the events leading up to their death. So he's aware of that. So she wasn't going to add anything new, but she would have been helpful in the case.
Yeah. Because you know what the thing is? If she knew all the other information Elle knew, and the way her brain works, I think, like you said, she would have been really great. A really great addition to the team.
Well, the big thing is that look how scared Light was of someone knowing that. And he kept saying, if they know that, it's going to be very quick to put together to me. And Elle already knows that. And Elle's got a super brain. So already it's sort of foreshadowing how dangerous of a territory Light is in right now.
Well, I reckon because he knows that Naomi knew that, I think he's not going to underestimate Elle. And he's going to be like, okay, well, if you can figure that out, how can I cover my tracks again? Like, I think it's going to be, that close of a thing.
Perhaps. Well, I got a feeling that we're close to seeing Elle make some moves. He's been preparing. He's met the police force close up. He's revealed his identity. Now I think he's going to make some moves, some counterattacks. So I'm excited to see what Elle's got planned.
Yeah, they've got they've got everything in place. So that'll be cool.
Thank you to everyone over on Patreon for supporting the channel. If you do want to watch ahead and get 3 to 4 weeks of early access to our edited and uncut reactions, we'll leave a link in the description down below.
And if you guys are watching this over on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for more, and let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this episode.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's see the following scenes again. Ray Penber passing the ticket gate on his way in, then him boarding the train, and finally the part where he dies on the platform. Okay.
Surely they could find some leads on that.
I know. They'll be able to say who got on the bus.
He exits the train at Tokyo Station and dies on the platform.
It's quite strange, don't you think?
I'm sorry, what do you find strange?
Yeah, what is
Everything.
It? Did you notice
Elle's right on it.
They bites his ice cream.
And then an hour and a half later, he got off and died on the platform. But the Yamanote line only takes an hour to complete its circuit. And more importantly, there's the envelope.
This guy.
He's too good.
He's holding what looks like an envelope when he passes through the ticket gate.
Huh? You're right. It's there under his arm. But in the
So
footage
this
right before
envelope
his
got to do
death,
with it.
it's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Very sharp.
It seems like he's straining to look inside the train before the doors
Yeah.
close. You can see right
Yeah.
here.
Oh my
If
god.
that's the case, do
Wow.
you think it could mean something?
So
It
good.
would be interesting if Kira was on that train.
That's impossible.
It's possible.
There's no reason for Kira to come to the scene of his own crime when he can kill from a distance. Well, maybe he was counting on us to make that assumption and figured he could get away with such a bold move.
Ooh. He's playing fire with fire here.
You haven't stopped writing criminals' names in the death note for 4 days straight.
Wow.
I don't see the point in writing these names weeks in advance. I've never seen the death note used like this.
Holy shit.
Detective superintendent of the NPA was hospitalized. If criminals stopped dying at the same time, it wouldn't be difficult to connect the two.
That's true. Oh my
Wow.
god. Planning ahead.
But I suppose any time before the end of their lifespan should work.
I really can't count on you, can I?
You got that right.
Making sure.
Making it known.
Yes, this is Suzuki, head of Kira's Investigation Public Information Division.
Oh my god, the voice and everything.
Naomi Misora. Heard that name before.
Worked with her before.
Oh, it's her. She's from the Los Angeles baby murder case. That's right.
Does remember her. Damn.
She's been missing since the day after her fiancé died.
I'm sure that anyone in her situation would be pretty depressed.
That's what they want you to think.
No, the Naomi Misora I knew was strong. Not to mention she was also an excellent FBI agent.
Oh, I wish they could have had a reunion.
It appears she came to Japan with Penber. It's possible that she may have found a lead. If that's the case, did Kira manage to get to her first?
Yes.
Oh my god. His brain.
We focus our investigation on only those people who Ray Penber was tailing. In particular, he was assigned to 2 police officers.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Your
These guys got no
son.
idea.
Deputy Director Kitamura, along with Detective Superintendent Yagami and their families. At this stage, I'd like to place wiretaps and surveillance cameras in both households.
Oh my god.
There's no evidence
Shit.
left on this computer.
Holy
just in case someone
shit.
goes through it.
So he knows someone could clutch him any second. He's going weeks in advance now.
It seems like you're pretty skilled with your hands. I bet you're pretty popular with the girls, aren't you?
I don't think so.
If this got out, we'd have a civil rights scandal on our hands. We'd all lose our jobs.
You told me you'd be willing to risk your lives for this investigation, but you wouldn't risk your jobs?
Yeah, I know. Wait up.
Even if there's only a 1% chance, we simply can't afford to ignore it.
Chief?
I don't have to tell you
Wow.
how offended I am to learn my family is under suspicion. Having said that, just go ahead with it.
Yeah,
I like
He's
that.
got to back up his word.
I don't want any blind spots in the house, and that includes the bathroom.
Oh. Even the bathroom.
Think about your family. You have a wife and daughter at home, don't you?
Yes, I'm well aware of that fact. But there is no point in doing any of this if we can't be thorough. Now I suggest you keep quiet.
Don't forget he's got a son.
How long will it take to prepare the wiretaps and cameras we need?
Well, starting tomorrow, I can set them up at any time, provided we know when both houses will be empty.
Oh, damn.
Now shit gets interesting.
Will Light figure out that there's going to be surveillance?
I reckon.
What? No one's home yet.
Oh my god.
Now he knows someone's been in there.
Yeah, that's too sus. Way too
I don't think
sus.
anyone else is in the house right now. Do you want to play some video games?
Let's play video games. What a mad Shinigami.
Hey, Light.
He can't be seen talking. Oh my god.
Usually as soon as I get home, all I can do is sleep.
I understand.
Where exactly are we going?
Somewhere they can talk. Oh my god.
Doesn't look like these clothes have been bugged. I think we're safe. Listen to me.
Give me some attention.
I left the paper in the door in a way that it would be obvious to anyone entering the room.
Ah.
When that door is closed, the door handle automatically returns to a horizontal position and it won't go any higher than that. But whenever I close the door, I adjust it slightly. Instead of letting it sit horizontally, I lower it by about 5
Oh
mm.
my god.
He's always got a dummy plan than the real plan.
Doesn't he?
After I close the door, I take the pencil lead and rest it on the hinge in such a way that it will break if the door happens to be opened by anyone.
Oh my god.
When I got home from school today, I noticed that the pencil lead was broken.
Now that you mention it, I do remember that.
Almost like a trap like he did for the drawer.
My family wouldn't have noticed the piece of paper. What's suspicious is that someone took the time to put it back in the door.
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
damn, he's sharp.
What about your apples?
That's right, surveillance cameras. Once the apple's in my mouth, no one can see it. But while I'm holding it, it looks like it's floating.
Oh, that's gonna be a big thing.
I never told you this, but apples are to me what cigarettes and alcohol are to humans. Do you see what I'm
Addiction.
saying?
Really?
I even get withdrawal symptoms.
Oh, wow.
My body gets all twisted. I do handstands. It's not pretty.
I don't need to see that.
Ryu's quite the character.
I like him.
Unfortunately, I already gave Elle the hint that Shinigami love apples, so I just can't afford to take the risk.
He did too, huh?
You'll have to find out where all the cameras are hidden. If you're lucky, you might find a blind spot where you can eat them without being seen.
Oh, he's bargaining with him.
Yeah, a camera search.
It's like a little kid.
Interesting.
So interesting.
Their relationship's intriguing too.
Yeah. I feel like at that point he's like a little kid and the adult is getting him to do what they want without actually like saying it straight out.
The hell? Oh, so I look like a normal teenager.
I have to find the cameras.
I can't believe my son is looking at those magazines.
Oh, trust me, that's the least of your worries.
The only reason he didn't want anyone in his room was because he had his magazines. That's what he wants us to think.
Hey, that's my son you're talking about. Are you honestly telling me that you suspect him?
I
Yes.
do suspect him.
I love how Elle's straight up as well.
They must have bugged the place as well. Even if this is the Kira case, I didn't think the Japanese police would ever go this far.
Look at him go.
His advantage is that no one can hear Ryuk talking to him.
It'll be okay. Luckily, I prepared for this kind of situation.
Of course he did.
Oh, Light.
He thinks that's the issue.
Dinner's ready.
I love you. Always.
That looks like an older version of Light.
It does, doesn't it?
Please contact the broadcasters and tell them to play our message.
Very well. Understood.
Oh, they're all setting it up.
They're saying that in response to the Kira murders, Interpol has decided to dispatch a force of 1,500 investigators to Japan. The investigators were drawn from the law enforcement agencies of its member nation.
Yeah, but that's just to those two, or maybe just the one.
Regardless of whether this news is real or not, it's obvious they're just trying to evoke reaction from me.
Mm-hmm.
He's very perceptive.
Even the FBI agents who were secretly investigating were killed by Kira. Why would this be any different? If you ask me, this is nothing more than a desperate attempt to shock Kira in the hopes that he'll reveal himself somehow.
Oh my god, that's like a little poke, poke, poke.
Your son's clever, isn't he?
Oh, well, yes.
Elle really likes it.
Your good looks are gonna go down the drain if you keep that up.
It's a late-night snack for studying.
Why did he go for the one behind?
I think that's it, Light. I found every camera they put in the house.
Are those withdrawals?
I think so.
It's a little bit complicated, so listen up. There's nothing I hate more than explaining something twice.
Oh, don't we know it?
There sure are a lot of cameras in this room.
Oh my
I counted
God.
64 in total.
Holy shit.
It has to be L. He had
Holy
no qualms
shit.
about putting a death row inmate in his place when he declared war on me. It's pretty clear he doesn't know any limits.
Neither do you, love.
Any normal person would slip under these circumstances, but it won't be that easy with me, L. This is the closest you'll get.
Ooh, what's with those chips?
Only he can open chips and make it feel epic.
I know. What's he put in there? Where's the death note?
To avoid suspicion, L needs to see that criminals whose names are being broadcast continue to die while I have no access to that information.
Yeah, true.
Symptoms are starting!
Oh my God, Aurora lost the plot. I wonder what the death note is though, because he can't touch that for a while.
I can continue to kill criminals whose names are broadcast on the news while masquerading as a typical high school student studying for his entrance exam.
Oh.
Oh my God, no way.
They'll think he's studying and he can keep killing.
And write names with my left.
Equation with one hand,
Take a
names with the
potato
other.
chip and eat it.
You'll eat it in the...
It's so dramatically done. I love it.
I know. So he's still writing in the death note.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know
Your
that the
son
book's
just goes back to
kidding.
studying without turning on the TV or his computer.
It's because the entrance exams are 5 days away.
So after 5 days, then what's his cover up?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Then if he's still studying, it looks odd.
And that's what those clippings of the death note were before. Right.
And the witness to my alibi is L himself.
He even put that in the bin.
It doesn't make sense that Kira would kill two petty criminals right after their identities were broadcast.
Yeah, what's the
I know
rush?
It's only the first day after the cameras were installed, but the Yagami household seems almost too innocent to me.
Yeah. Like it's gone too perfect. There's no, or it could be.
Yeah, I'm awake.
Today's garbage day, so if you've got any, bring it down with you, okay?
Gonna make sure you don't keep that camera in there. Or
I
TV,
usually
whatever
say
it is.
there's no need to remind me, Mom.
Yeah.
Ah, he's acting off as well.
Yeah.
I can't say for sure whether you're extremely generous or just a spoiled brat. But didn't that mini LCD TV cost you $400?
400.
And he just threw it out.
Done. Squished. What the
Shit, he's
hell?
going all in on this.
I can't believe how many cameras they put in that damn room.
Yeah, well, I guess El gets his reputation for a reason. He's
Yeah.
does not waste time, and it's just he does not fall for the trap. I mean, that's why he's so special. He's so unique. He really looks for inconsistencies, the most subtle, minuscule inconsistencies in behavior, and he chases it like it could be a massive lead.
Mm-hmm.
He's relentless with that.
Well, the thing is, right, we know, and Al knows that they can plan the death before it even happens, right? There's like a period of time where they can plan it. So watching the news, what was he saying? He's like, so if they didn't watch the news, they wouldn't have known. That means they have to have private access, which they do.
Yeah, he was just saying, well, all three of them were watching the news at the time it was said, so
Yeah.
how could it be one of them? But then he's like, it seems too perfect.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we already knew those two things, that they had private access to that information and that, you know, it can be planned prior. So before it's broadcasted, like, that shouldn't matter, right? Like, it shouldn't even be a complete consideration.
I'm not following your train of thought, to be honest.
So we know that, like, before this scenario, right? We know that they've had access to police information before.
They being Kidder, we're saying, right?
Yes.
Okay, yep.
But Elle doesn't know that is what I'm trying to say. That it's Kidder. I mean, that it's Light. And then also the fact that he can plan the death beforehand. So it being broadcasted and then he goes just then, if he wasn't watching TV, then it couldn't be him. So, but it's like, but we know we can plan it and they've got information that most people don't.
No, I'm pretty sure they kept these criminals. Remember, Light said he can't be seen using the database, right? Because they got cameras on that too. So it's not in the database. And there would be no way of knowing it to the broadcaster. So it was purely setting the most narrow scenario. So he broadcasted it and then Light, was just studying in their eyes. But again, it seems too perfect. So I was onto it, which makes things very interesting. It is very impressive how in this show they can be doing so little physically.
I know.
It's such a mind game. They're literally opening a chip packet, writing with a pencil, and the music hypes up. The scenes are changing, the thinking, and I'm sitting there like, holy shit, dude. I feel like I'm watching like a peak battle in Naruto or something, but
they're
not doing much. They really have done an incredible job of being able to G you up. If I was to explain this scene to anyone, and they'd be like, okay, doesn't sound very cool, but then when you watch it, it really hypes you up. It's very well written.
Intense.
It is very well written, and the people around Ryuzaki or Elle are like the father, for example, sort of reflect our view. Like, okay, but that's pretty normal. How are you going to look beyond that? And then Elle really shows his thinking, how he's just so much beyond,
I'm on Elle's level. Don't group me in with the father and you. I'm on Elle's level.
Not even close.
I am.
If anything, you'd be Kidder. I'd be Elle.
I'd be mate.
You would be Kidder.
I mean, he is smart, but I'm definitely Elle. Like, you're nowhere near Elle.
Morally, you'd be Kidder. Intellectually, I'd be Elle, for sure.
What? None of those sentences made sense. None.
100% fact.
No, false.
Anyway.
Incorrect.
Things are stepping up. We are seeing those two ramp up their game. Now, Elle's more on the attack.
Yeah.
And Light's on the defense, having to be very, very cautious.
It's very intense, isn't it? Like, I feel like there's not even a spare moment where you don't hear the thoughts of each individual Light and Elle, and then Ryuk is just on another planet right now, which is hilarious to me. I love Ryuk. I reckon he's my favorite character so far.
Ryuk was pretty funny in this episode. It was more like comic relief for stuff.
Yeah. Like, even when Light was explaining the whole pencil thing and the door, like, he's just set another trap that, like, he did with the Death Note initially in the drawer, which is next level. He's had to set traps in his own room just to get into his room, and all the little intricacies, like, someone went through the effort to put the little paper back, and yeah, crazy. It was nice to see that Elle remembered Naomi,
yeah. Especially, you remember she was a good detective and very loyal.
Especially her, like, we saw her have the hopes that he would, but she really didn't know. And it just goes to show how much detail he puts in every case. Like, he remembers, like, I don't know, she might have just been like this small time whatever, but he saw her potential. He knew, like, a lot of things about her. He didn't know her for long, and he's like, no, the Naomi that I knew would do this, and this, and he came to a massive conclusion because of that.
Yeah, and that's why Elle takes the whole not being able to slip up to another level, because the slightest inconsistency in behavior, in pattern, will trigger a significant alert in his head, and this was one of them, where some girl that she barely knew if Elle knew her, and yet he knew her very well, could understand her behavior, and then decide this was inconsistent with her behaviors, that you couldn't just rule her out as some random death the way that Light was hoping. So yeah, it's
dude, Elle bloody figured out that Ray Pemba was looking into the
that was really cool
train.
too. Seeing the camera point of view and the analysis from the third eye, it was almost like creepy, like looking at a murder mystery of some sort. It was cool.
And Elle, why I am Elle, he literally does this. He's like, yeah,
he has one weird postures.
Which I sit in weird positions too, as you guys know. So I'm Elle. You're just Ryuk, like craving an apple and can't get one.
Yeah, you'd be D for delusional.
That was good. You didn't think it was that funny until I laughed that hard.
You made me feel better about the joke. Yeah, I thought it was okay. But
that was good. actually really like that.
And to be honest, I'll take being real. I don't mind because then I get to write you in my book when you finally die. Oh yeah, baby.
Oh my god.
Guys, we hope you enjoyed our reaction to this episode. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe for more, and let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this episode. And if you do want to get 3 to 4 weeks of early access, then check out our Patreon for our edited and uncut reactions. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you guys in our next reaction.
See you guys.